If you could sit down with President Biden and tell him one thing, what would you tell the president?
Do you know what flavor Jell-O you're having tonight?
If you were to have a substantive question for him, what would it be?
Do you have enough Jell-O for both of us?
You win. If you could tell President Biden one thing, if he were standing here and he said, "Sir, you got one question," what would you ask him?
I'd ask him, where is he right now? Because I don't think the guy even knows where he's at. He doesn't even...
If you could say something to Joe Biden, productive, not "Let's go, Brandon," right? What would you tell the president?
Well, I would ask him to step down. He really has done nothing. He's not capable of doing anything. He shouldn't be there at all. I don't think he's even really running anything anyway. Somebody else is.
Who could be running the country?
Oh, maybe a previous president.
If Joe Biden were here, President Biden were here, and he walked up to you, he probably wouldn't like the shirt. But if he said, ask me any question you want, what would you ask the president?
Probably ask why he's still in office. I don't think he's mentally fit to be president in the first place. I do feel like we're kind of a laughing stock right now for the rest of the world leaders. Definitely should be mentally fit for the job. I don't think that's the case. So
there are a lot of people, because I cover both sides, and there are people on the other side who said we were laughing stock because of President Trump. Well, what do you say to those people?
You need a strong leader to make a country stand out. We are one of the largest economy in the world, so you do need a strong leader to push that forward. We can't be getting walked on by our competitors, per se, like China. So kind of anytime you watch the news, you see him missing his doors when he's walking through the lawn. It doesn't give a good vibe. So Trump stands on stage. You get what he says. What he says he's going to do, he doesn't backpedal on that. You don't have to worry about him saying one thing and doing another, because he talks the talk and he walks the walk as well. So
let's talk about President Biden for just a moment. If he were here and you could ask him one question, what would you ask President Biden?
I'd say, who's really pulling your strings? Simple as that. And then he'd probably mumble an answer back if he even looked back at all. But
if President Biden were here right now and you could ask him one question, what question would you ask the president?
The president, that's a freaking really crazy question. There's a whole bunch.
You only get one question. That's the rule.
He's messed up so much. He's not for the people. He's not for the people at all. And I would ask him, why do you think you are for the people? What have you done for the people? You haven't done nothing for the people.
And ma'am, what would you ask the president if he were here?
I would ask him, why would you be president on everything that you're doing right now? Everything that you have done? Come on.
If you could talk to President Biden, you could ask him one question. What would you ask him in regards to how you feel?
I could ask him what is he thinking, but he doesn't know what he's thinking.
But about an issue, a substantive issue.
Well, I'd ask him about how opening the border really helps in doing it without proper channels and doing it legally.
Do you think he wants to open the borders?
He's already proven that. He's done it.
Well, I mean, if the borders were open in point of fact, then...
He never closed them. He never went forward to help close them at all.
But there are all these people on the other side clamoring to get in who are being kept out, so they're not open.
They have the right to come in if they do it legally, but if they're not going to be legal, they don't need to be here.
If President Biden were here and he walked up to you right now and he said, you can ask me one question, what question would you ask the president?
Oh, my God. What are you thinking on how you're running this country? I believe that when Trump was in office back in 2016, he won. One of his things was immigration, stop the immigration, let's build defense, build a wall. I think he was doing a great job at that. And once Biden stepped in, he took away probably 80–90% of what Trump had done as far as the immigration, building the wall, and what have you.
President Biden walked up to you right now, and you could ask him any one question. What would you ask the president?
What are you doing? I mean, I just don't know. I guess I don't know. I mean, it's time to step aside, you know, let someone else come in there and take over. I guess it's kind of a scary time where we are right now, so, yeah.
If you could ask Joe Biden one question, if he was standing right here and said, "Sir, how are you today?" Ask me any question. What would you ask him?
Oh, I don't know.
Can you say one nice thing about your president now?
I love his hair.
No, the president. Who's the president?
About now?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I can't. Honestly, I can't.
There's nothing, no redeeming quality.
No redeeming quality whatsoever. He's ran us into the ground, and it's got to stop.
Can you say one nice thing about our president?
Yeah, when he leaves office, I'll say a few nice things about him, but I mean, he's incompetent. He's not all there. He's in his dotage. Why do we even have somebody like that in office? Somebody with the nuclear codes that could end our way of life on this planet. Why is he even there?
I was asking for one nice thing.
Well, I said a few nice things. I mean, you know, you asked me to talk about the devil. What am I going to say? Compliment him?
Anything nice that you say about President Biden?
Sorry, but I can't. Not one thing.
Is there anything nice you can say about President Biden? Anything that you've been pleased with?
No.
Is there anything nice that you can say about President Biden?
I mean, not really. I'm just not a big Biden supporter.
Do you like the man? You think he's a good man anyway?
No. I think he's done a lot of stuff that he's not got caught doing.
Like what?
I mean, I think he has had some hand in some stuff with Russia and stuff that he shouldn't have had hands in. But I mean, I just don't think he's got caught.
And what about President Trump with Russia? Any problem with that?
No, I don't think. I mean, I think he had a good relationship with Russia. I mean, back when he was president, we didn't have any issues with Russia. So.
Do we have issues now with Russia that are different?
Not that are different. I just don't think we have a good.
I mean, they went into another country.
Yeah, that's right. They did go in Ukraine. So
that wasn't Biden or Trump, right?
No, that was not Biden or Trump.
What is it that you like about Donald Trump that brings you out here on a Saturday morning?
That he loves America.
Does President Biden love America?
Absolutely not.
Explain the difference. Why one man does in your mind and the other man doesn't?
Policies. Yeah, policies, and you don't ever hear him talk about it. You know, Trump talked about it all the time, about his love for America, and I mean, you never hear. Of course, I don't watch the news anymore. I don't care to see him. I don't care to look at him, nor the other one. But
who's the other one?
Yeah.
Vice President Harris.
Yeah.
What's that?
I just can't say a nice word, but yeah.
As President Trump said in a debate with Hillary Clinton years ago, you know, you've had a chance to fix all of those things. What happened in your lifetime or your husband's lifetime in politics, and why do we still have some of these legacy issues that have been here for years and years? And certainly Joe hasn't done anything since being in the White House. As a matter of fact, I'd argue with anybody that we're in better shape today than we were a few years ago.
We're in better shape.
No, I would argue that we're in a much worse shape today.
Is there anything that you could say nice about President Biden?
No. They need to get rid of him quick.
Is there anything good that you can say about President Biden? Anything that you've been pleased by, by Joe Biden?
He has ventured to make some changes with student loans, which I support. Maybe it needs to be done a little differently, but he's the first president to do that. So I do like that.
Is there anything nice you can say about Joe Biden, about President Biden?
No, that guy's. I can't say anything nice about the man. I feel bad for what happened to his family and things like that, but no, the guy is just on the take all around.
Where's he taking from?
Well, obviously from China, from Ukraine and different places like that. I mean, they're all just soaking in the money, and it's ridiculous the amount of graft that's going his way. It's incredible.
How do we know that? I'm not. It's like where is that being manifested?
Well, you can see a lot of it with Hunter's laptop and things like that, and with his own words, how he fired the prosecutor and things like that. And it's just, you can see it in the policy, how he stopped the investigations into the university with China donating the money. Why did he do that? You know, and things like that. It's just...
People can't see beyond this politicalization of the Justice Department. Then I would say they suffer from Trump derangement syndrome.
There are people that think that you suffer from.
Yeah, but they don't have an argument. They just don't like Trump. If you said, look, here's...
Say one nice thing about Joe Biden to me.
I can't.
Right, so you just don't like Biden.
Oh, because I've looked at Biden when he was... He's just totally corrupt. How can you look beyond the corruption to say that this man could be a statesman representing the United States? You know, the whole issue of his getting the millions of dollars with Hunter Biden, the media didn't cover that at all. Why? Why didn't they cover that? You know, you must have seen the so-called text message, right?
Tell me about it.
Hunter Biden sent to some authority in China.
Why do you believe that, but you don't believe the other stuff about Trump?
What other stuff?
Well, you're saying that so they say. You just said to me, so they say, when I asked you a question.
Yeah, because they never tell you Trump's side of the story. They, meaning the media.
If you could say anything to Joe Biden right now, suppose he was me right here, and you had the opportunity to give him a message or conversation, what would you say?
You know, Biden, old man, you know, how much time have you got left in this earth? You're going to face God pretty soon. You claim you're Catholic, you know. I hope you bring some asbestos underwear with you to the afterlife, because you're going to get kicked right into the lake of fire.
You guys could speak to the person who's in charge now, Joe Biden. What would you say?
I'm sorry that you are an ill old man and people are taking advantage of you.
And don't run. That's what you say to him.
I don't think it's his choice. I think people are manipulating a man who's sick. I think it's elder abuse.
I would say just take care of America. Don't worry about other shores. Worry about us, because, you know, we should come first. You know, it's our tax dollars that he just, you know, unabashedly just throws away.
There are people, and I think close to Joe Biden says, he does love America. It's just that he has a different view about how to protect America than conservatives or Donald Trump supporters.
America is America. You know, you can't have one or another. You know, we're all here together, and you should take care of America, not what you think is America.
You could say anything to Joe Biden right now. What would you say?
Hang it up.
That's it. Get out. Get out.
Yeah.
Get out. You're no good.
Is there any Democrat that you could support?
No, not right now. Nope.
No, not right now.
Nope.
Is there any Republican you could support other than Donald Trump?
I mean, yeah, there's a lot. For right now, they better get somebody in the House to take care of the House. I mean, it's a shame what's going on, what the Republicans are doing.
So
I mean, years ago, everybody worked with everybody. Now the Democrats don't want to know nothing. It's all for them and not for everybody in this country.
You mentioned years ago, was there a time when America was better than it is now, and what made it better?
Oh yes. Well, you take 9/11. I mean, everybody got together and rallied together and helped everyone. Now something happens, nobody cares. Look what they did in New York City, destroying it. Ransacking stores, burning buildings, burning cars. That's not the American way.
We've had crime before in cities like New York.
Not like this.
But the crime statistics say that crime is not as bad as it was.
Why do you want to defund the police? They're your defense. God forbid something happens to you, they're there. If you want to defend the police, something happens to you, you're in big trouble.
I think most Democrats don't want to defund the police. They just want to change police culture so that it's more fair.
Well, why?
Because of racism.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Blacks are more likely to be arrested, more likely to be on the end of excessive force than whites for equal crimes?
Yeah, they treat the blacks a different way, but that's not right. But still, you know, you see it all the time. But something has to be done. You have to get a guy like Trump to get in there and straighten this all out.